can project AMIT TV console, including some display to display my book collection and other collection, including the toy collection from my kids. The first process is the cutting process, all the plywood. On this process, I using a circular saw. All the process on the project is done on my garage due to the my workshop is not wide enough for this kind of project. Cut the 45-degree bevel cut. This one is to hang the TV console later on the wall. Due to the concept of this TV console is floating TV console. The next process is add the thickness of this TV console, especially on the frame side, on the outside line. I'm using the glue and nail gun to install this plywood. Also later on I will put some additional screw, especially on the top side to hang the TV console to ensure it will be strong enough. This is like what I mentioned before. For the top side, to ensure it will be strong to hang all the floating TV console, I add more screw on the frame side. The next process is cutting process for the HPL to cover all the plywood surface later on to make it look nice and also smooth. On this process I'm using the trimmer or the router for this cutting process due to the wide of the HPL, and also trimmer or router is will make this cutting process is very smooth. The next process is put the glue on the plywood. So later on we will cover the surface using the HPL. We also put glue on the other side of the HPL to make sure it will be thick later on. Next is we already start to covering the plywood surface using this HPL. We put some plywood before we install the big one to avoid it's not stick on the side like what we planned. We adjust the position of the HPL how to cover the surface. After all the position is correct, we can take out the plywood one by one like this. Yes, all the plywood already take it out, and now we just need to press a little bit to make sure it's stick very strong. And next process is trimming the HPL using the trimmer to make it tidy. Next, we continue to make the display. We cover or we put glue on the plywood to cover it also later on with the HPL. start cutting plywood again to make the shelving for the wood and other thing to display. On this cutting process, I using my table saw because the size of the HPL or the small, so easier to just cutting using the table saw. The next process is assembly process for the display. On this process, what you need to concern is ensure all the surface inside of the display or the cover. On this process, I'm using the nail gun for the temporary. Now I add the screw to make it more stronger, because we will put some wood or other display to make sure this display is very strong. this is the last process of this project, installing the display with the TV backdrop. On this process, I'm using the screw, 1.5-inch screw. On this process, I got assistance by my wife and my beloved daughter to hold the TV console before we install it. And this is the result after we install the TV console. Thank you for watching my channel, and if you think this useful, please consider to subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.